Get back to your comments about what could have happened and the actions that you took. Is there any fairness to the criticism that you may have lulled Americans into a false sense of security when you were saying things like it's going to go away?
Well, it is.
And that sort of thing. But
Jim, it's going away.
But when you were saying
it's going to go away, hopefully at the end of the month, and if not, it hopefully will be soon after that.
But hasn't your thinking on this evolved?
Jim, it is going away.
Hasn't your thinking on this evolved? You're taking it more seriously now.
I think from the beginning, my attitude was that we have to give this country. I know how bad it was. All you have to do is look at what was going on in China. It was devastation. And look at the numbers from China, those initial numbers coming out from China. But, I read an article today which was very interesting. They say we wish President Trump would give more bad news. Give bad news. I'm not about bad news. I want to give people hope. I want to give people a feeling that we all have a chance. I mean, when you saw the numbers, and when John and all of you saw those numbers, and you're saying 120,000 people, you mean that's good? 100,000 dead people within a short period of time. I want to give people a feeling of hope. I could be very negative. I could say, wait a minute, those numbers are terrible. This is going to be horrible. This is a horrible thing. Hey, Jim.
Last month and said, okay, let's go to the beach. Let's go to the airport. Let's go down to Mardi Gras.
Well, there were a lot of people. There were a lot of people that could have said that. We didn't say that. Fortunately, I didn't say that. And that was an alternative. We talked about it. That was always an alternative. That's what I said. Let it rip. Let it ride. Do nothing. And we could have had 2.2 million dead people, more than that, because I didn't do that. And we did catch it early, and we stopped China really early, and we stopped Europe really early because I saw what was happening. What happened is I stopped Italy because Italy was really heavily infected. We started off with certain parts of Italy, then all of Italy, then we saw Spain. Then I said, stop Europe. Let's stop Europe. We have to stop them from coming here. Europe. I love Europe. But they were having problems. I don't think anybody did a better job than that, especially when you see the 2.2 million number. And I hope we're going to be substantially under the numbers that you're looking at on the minimum side. Then I think we will have, hey, look, it's still tremendous death.
You weren't just hoping that it would dissipate, that this would disappear.
I want to be positive. I don't want to be negative. I'm a positive person. Somebody said, oh, I wish you'd be more negative. They literally have that. It's in one of the wonderful newspapers today. I wish it'd be more negative. Well, this is really easy to be negative about. But I want to give people hope, too. I'm a cheerleader for the country. We're going through the worst thing that the country's probably ever seen. Look, we had the Civil War. We lost 600,000 people, right? Here's the thing. Had we not done anything, we would have lost many times that. But we did something, and so it's going to be hopefully way under that. But, we lose more here potentially than you lose in world wars as a country. So there's nothing positive. There's nothing great about it. But I want to give people in this country hope. I think it's very important.
You knew it was going to be this severe when you were saying this was under control.
I thought it could be. I knew everything. I knew it could be horrible, and I knew it could be maybe good. Don't forget, at that time, people didn't know that much about it. Even the experts, we were talking about it. We didn't know where it was going. We saw China, but that was it. Maybe it would have stopped at China. We wish we could have killed it in China. But it didn't happen. It started spreading to Europe. It started spreading here. It started spreading all over. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying that we have an incredible thing. I think the people, our professionals, our military, our governors, our politicians, I think they've done an incredible job. I mean, with few exceptions, I think they've done an incredible job. But I don't want to be a negative person. It'd be so much easier for me to come up and say, we have bad news. We're going to lose 220,000 people, and it's going to happen over the next few weeks. And with that, I did start off by saying today, long before this question, I said, this is going to be a rough 2 or 3 weeks. This is going to be one of the roughest 2 or 3 weeks we've ever had in our country. We're going to lose thousands of people. When I see 28, 29 people from the governor of New Jersey, 29 people. When you see 173 people died in New York yesterday, or whatever the number was, I think it was more than that. When you see the kind of numbers that we're witnessing, we've never seen numbers like that. So it's easy to be negative. And then everybody could be negative. But I'm a cheerleader for our country, and I want them to do a great job so the number can be kept. And I've always said it. I want as few a number of people to die as possible. And that's all we're working on.
You don't like the question, but are you now taking
I don't mind
responsibility?
the question.
Do you mind?
I don't mind your
Are you-
question.
are you now
I think
taking
it's actually.
responsibility for
I think
how things
it's
go
not
from
meant to
this
be.
point?
Look, I know you well enough, so it's not meant to be a fair question, but it is a fair question. I think we've done a fantastic
it's a
job.
question.
Okay, fine. I'll accept your word. Look, Jim, I think we've done a great job. We're going to see how it comes out. But when you look at minimal numbers of 120,000 people, when you look at it could have been 2.2 million people died and more if we did nothing, if we just did nothing. It would have gone up, it would have come down. As per your statement, it would have been confined. It would have been a similar time, maybe even less time. It would have been a violence like we've never seen in this country before. We had great professionals, great military, really great governors and politicians. I cannot say enough about what's going on. And as per what you said, I think we're way ahead of schedule in terms of numbers. I hope. But if we can keep it under the minimum numbers, the country has done, not me, the country has done a great job. But I think I've done a really good job of mobilizing. I think Mike Pence has been fantastic. I put him in charge of the task force. We have wonderful people on the task force, Jim, wonderful people. This man was working literally. He had days where he didn't go to bed, he didn't go to sleep. He went 24 hours and then started the next day. People don't know the job he did. I didn't even know he was that good of a manager, to be honest with you, Mike, okay? And you never know that about somebody until they're tested under fire. But he saw it very early also. We both did. They saw it very early. They knew pretty soon. They probably knew sooner than anybody because that's what they study. That's what they do. Must be a depressing business, right? Must be a little bit depressing.